Hi guys, so today's video is going to be all about how to do your weight and your measurements and your photos yourself. So it all comes down to, if you want to do your own photos, get yourself a nice clear background. You don't want to have any clutter in the back. You don't want to distract from you and your body. You also want to have the daylight coming in from the front if it's possible. You don't want to go side on and there's a glare. So if you have to have the lights on above you, that's fine, but lights from in front of you. You want to be able to see your progress as clearly as possible, essentially. Then also what you want to wear. I find sports gear or a bathing suit best. Some people find underwear acceptable. For myself personally, I'd always stick to sports gear or bathing clothes, because if you have lost a lot of weight and you want to share your progress, I find underwear a little bit risky, but that's just a personal preference. Then you can also do it in clothes. If you do it in clothes, just make sure you wear a nice tight fitted top, because you want to see your whole silhouette. You want to see everything coming through. You want to see like a curve coming down. Then on to your measurements. So when it comes to measurements, you want to kind of start at your chest and work your way down. So nipple line, belly button line, the biggest curve of your bum. Same as on your thigh, your dominant thigh. My dominant thigh is my right thigh, so I'll just take a measurement around there. The biggest part of it, and then calf way back up to your arm. Just going to have a nice big bicep and flex. Then comes down to the scales. So when you take measurements with the scales, always try and have the scale at the same place. You don't want to move the scale around, and you also want to weigh yourself first thing in the morning after you have fasted. You don't want to be doing it in the middle of the day. You get bloated. It's just influx. So say every 2 weeks you want to weigh yourself, same spot, same clothes if you can. Try and remember, because you want to get that weight measurement as accurate as possible. And then all these things are what you'll be able to do yourself 100%. So just to come back to the photos again, it's going to be a selfie style photo. So you're just going to essentially film yourself and then slowly take screenshots of every time you're ready and you're facing the right way. And that's going to be a way to do it yourself. So that's it. Measure yourself, weigh yourself, take photos of yourself. So for your video, you just want to have a nice clear background behind you. At the moment, this is the one clear wall we have with the daylight coming in towards me. So I'm going to use this space. I know there's a picture frame and there's a door, but where I'm standing is nice and clear. So you just want to stand face forward, give the camera a wee second. You're going to turn around, make sure that your arm is not behind. You're going to get your arm in front because you want to see your back. Face forward. Give that a wee second and then turn around. Do the same. And then last, other way. Make sure that your arm is not, you can see yourself. And there. Right, what you also want to do is you don't want to be overly tight, you don't want to flex, you don't want to lie to yourself, you just want to be nice and natural and be like, this is me. This is where we're going to work from here on out. So this is not a bad thing. At the moment, I've also switched to the lights on. So this would be what it would look like without any lights on. So it's a different silhouette. But again, you can play around with everything and just make sure that you have it all. Take pictures. Right. You also don't want to be too far away from the camera, just in case you have to really zoom in to see where you are. You want to just be able to see you. Nice frame, that's you, good to go. Next up, your measurements. So we tape, all you want is go behind, bring it across your back, like I said before, cross your nipple line, because that's the easy line to follow. If you just always follow where your nipple is, that should be where your line is, because then you can't go wrong. And just make sure that that tape is all the way around. Once you have that, you're not going to pull it really tight, you're just nice, natural with the tape. You kind of want to breathe into the tape as well. So if you see that, so that's when you have that, mark that down, note it down, that's you. Next one, just going to be around the middle. So you're just going to go follow around, and it's going to be your belly button, so in line with your belly button. Everyone knows where the belly button is. Find that. Make sure. See, I'm using the camera for this now, so just make sure when you measure this, it's going to be nice and straight all the way around belly button. Take your measurements, that's you. Next up, you're going to find the curviest bit of your bum. Get your measuring tape. I think mine is kind of there. Bring it all the way in front. Make sure that, again, the tape is in line. I think that's it there. Once you have that, make a note, that's you. Next up, make the right size dominant, so just going to go down where it's biggest, bring the measuring tape around. Again, make sure it's nice and straight, and that's you. Once you have that, that's going to be your measurement right there. Then you're going to go down to your calf. Again, right side is dominant, so I'm just going to go down my calf, biggest bit of my calf. This should be it. So with your calf as well, if you can't find the biggest bit of your calf, it's going to be roughly in the middle. So if you measure from where your knee bends until your ankle, divide that by 2, and then that's going to be where you want to weigh or measure even. So then last but not least is your arm. So have a wee flex going, measuring tape on top, bring it through, hold on to the measuring tape and just work it through, and then go flex, and that should be your measurements. So good measure.